We may have finally gotten our first real look at America's new stealth fighter, thanks to thermal footage captured over Area 51 by a video creator who goes by the name Project Fear on YouTube. Now, this image was posted earlier today as a preview of a new video that the channel says will go live tomorrow on June 5th. And because I hadn't heard of this channel before, I was ready to dismiss it as just another hoax. That is, until I read Stefano D'urso's coverage of the image for the Aviationist, because he reached out to a creator that we all already know spends his nights camped out in the desert hills surrounding the Groom Lake installation that we commonly call Area 51, named Anders Ottosson, who runs the channel Uncanny Expeditions. Now, I spoke to Ottosson a few months back when he captured some very unusual footage of a triangular aircraft flying over that same stretch of Nevada desert. Now, Ottosson told the Aviationist that he was not there the night they captured this footage, but that he actually does know the team personally who got it, even helping them to find good locations to record from and helping them find the right kinds of gear to record the night sky over long distances. He is confident that the footage is real, and to date, Ottosson seems like a pretty trustworthy character. He said he knows people are calling the footage fake in part because the Project Fear channel usually focuses on paranormal subject matter, and he wanted to address that by saying, and I quote, "It is indeed real and shot on an Infrared HCH-50R thermal, the same model that I own." Okay, so let's operate under the assumption that this footage is real. What can we learn from it? I mean, not a ton. It isn't all that clear, but the first thing that comes to mind for me is the fact that this appears to be the third unique planeform design that we've seen tested over Area 51 in just the past few years. We have today's unusual-looking jet with what appears to be canards, cranked kite wings, and no tail, seemingly resembling Boeing's renders of the F-47. Then we have this Dorito-shaped aircraft that clearly is not a B-2, B-21, RQ-180, or RQ-170. And then we also have this unusual aircraft spotted in what Area 51 employees at least used to call hoot and scoot sheds, parked on the runway of the base back in 2022. This satellite image was published by the War Zone. Now, we do know that the US has at least 2 flying technology demonstrators to come from their next generation air dominance program, which ultimately led to Boeing winning the Air Force contract to build America's new air superiority fighter, the F-47. We also know that the Navy is expected to choose between an F-47 derivative from Boeing or a different 6th-gen fighter design from Northrop Grumman for its new carrier-based fighter sometime this year. That program is currently maturing under the name FAXX. And of course, it is possible that Boeing has already finished building their first production representative prototype of the F-47, which was expected to happen by the end of this year. But I think that might be a little too quick to really be all that likely. If I were a betting man, I would put my money on this being either one of those NGAD tech demonstrators or potentially a still classified uncrewed aircraft program. After all, I could think of nearly a dozen publicly disclosed collaborative combat aircraft or stealth drone wingman programs that are in testing and development as we speak, and there are sure to be a bunch more behind the classified veil. Now, lots of folks have pointed out that this aircraft does bear an apparent resemblance to some past Boeing stealth programs, notably the X-36 tailless flight demonstrator that flew in the late 90s. Some have said that we can see elements of Boeing's YF-118G bird of prey in there too, and that is one of my all-time favorite aircraft. It was actually designed, built, and tested entirely within the confines of Area 51 back in the 90s. But to be honest, the jet that it immediately reminded me of was the fake models of the F-19 that people thought the Air Force was building while the F-117 was in classified development. So until they actually reveal this jet to us, I'm just going to choose my own preferred reality and say the F-19 was real all along. We just didn't know it yet. And if you've watched for this long, do me a huge favor and go download the Sandboxx News app. It'll help keep you informed and it'll mean a lot to me.